voting for the Bush tax cuts for the wealthy that he once said were irresponsible. Voting for the Bush budgets that took us from record surpluses into record deficits. Calling for less regulation, 21 times just this year, at a time when everyone else, I think, began to understand that we needed to increase regulation in our financial markets to protect consumers. After 21 months and 3 debates, John McCain still has not been able to tell the American people a single major thing he'd do differently from George Bush when it comes to the economy. Not one thing. Think about it. You've been watching a lot of ads from John McCain. You can't tell me that you know what he plans to do with the economy because he hasn't told you. All he's been doing is talking about me. That's what he's doing. But let me tell you, when John McCain wants to give a $700,000 tax cut to the average Fortune 500 CEO, that's not change. That's what George Bush did. It's not change when he wants to give $200 billion to the biggest corporations, $4 billion to the oil companies, even though ExxonMobil made record profits again last quarter, broke their own record from the previous quarter and the quarter before that. $300 billion to the same Wall Street banks that got us into this mess. It's not change when John McCain comes up with a tax plan that doesn't give a penny of relief to more than 100 million middle-class Americans. You know, my daughters, Malia and Sasha, are here today, and they always have trouble. They have trouble every year deciding what they want to be for Halloween. John McCain doesn't have that problem, because he goes out and trick-or-treats as George Bush. The truth is, actually, President Bush is sitting out the last few days before the election. But earlier today, Dick Cheney, you don't have to move, just vote. Earlier today, Dick Cheney came out of his undisclosed location, and he hit the campaign trail. And he said that he is, and I quote, delighted to support John McCain. So, I'd like to congratulate Senator McCain on this endorsement, because he really earned it. That endorsement didn't come easy. Senator McCain had to vote with George Bush 90% of the time and agree with Dick Cheney to get it. McCain had to serve as Washington's biggest cheerleader for going to war in Iraq and supports economic policies that are no different from the last 8 years. So Senator McCain worked hard to get Dick Cheney's support. But here's my question for you, Colorado. Do you think Dick Cheney is delighted to support John McCain because he thinks John McCain is going to bring change to Washington? You think John McCain and Dick Cheney have been talking about how to really shake things up? Get rid of the lobbyists and put Halliburton on the sidelines and put an end to the old boy